Football is a 20th century technological struggle.
And what I seen was this whole raft of people a-setting on these two banks and a-looking at one another across this pretty little green cow pasture.
Football has hitting, clipping, spearing, blocking, piling on, late hitting, unnecessary roughness, and personal fouls.
Monday Night Football. We're at Kelly Young Stadium with South Stanley against the Mustangs of Northmore. And we're about to have the coin toss right now.
Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, Brian Carter, Carter Video Services. Try finishing your hot dog before you start talking. Yes, as I did earlier. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Charles Curcio here, along with Brian Carter. We are here, as he said, at KL Young Stadium as the Rowdy Rebel Bulls take on the Northmore Mustangs. South Stanley is 3-3 on the season. Took a big loss last week to at North Rowan, trying to turn that around, and it is homecoming night tonight as well. And the Mustangs lost last week 21-7, a close game actually, 7-7 at halftime. At home, they were hosting the Bulldogs of Albemarle.
Yeah, we're going to see who won the coin toss here. They're still debating.
And Marty's going to just tell us. I figured just as soon as let him just go ahead with yourself.
Thank you, Marty.
We may have Marty on one time this season as well. He always makes an appearance or two.
Oh, yeah, special guest.
South Stanley, of course. Jaquez Cook, one of the top players on this team. Quez had a tough game last week against North Rowan, throwing 3 interceptions.
Oh, 6.
Rather uncharacteristic of that young man. And turnovers actually played a big part in the early part of that game, as North Rowan actually went up, scored 40 points in the first quarter, which is just, even in this day and age, is almost unheard of.
Well, our North Stanley game last week, Charles, I mean, school record, I do believe, he said 74-0 against.
It was a school record for margin of victory, absolutely.
Right.
Yes, it was, as you said. And
we're going to see the Mustangs coming through the tunnel, if you would call it that.
So South Stanley is already on the field. South Stanley's ready to get this game going. They're lined up for a kickoff to receive the opening kickoff and ready to go here. But Northmore taking their time. You know, that's an old professional wrestling move. You take your time to get in the ring. You know, it's a psych out kind of
there
thing.
You go. Maybe psychological. Oh, no, you hear the
gets
booze.
a little derisive cat call or two. Some raspberries coming from the other side, from this side as well. Yes. Well, this has been, over the years, has been a pretty decent rivalry. It's one of those conference games that's been a much more even matchup between the two. South has won most of the recent ones, if my memory serves, but
I feel a little psychological warfare going out.
Oh, sure, there, absolutely. You know,
you got to use what's in your bag, you know.
Well, you know how it is. If you win the psychological battle most of the night, you know, just even out of the gate, you've won half the battle.
Well, that's very true.
it's what was it, Yogi Berra that said 85% of this game is physical, the other half is mental.
It's mental.
Sorry,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Other half, that doesn't add, that adds up to more than 100. Never mind. He'll get that joke about, I don't know. He'll get that joke about next week.
Right.
Mustangs ready to kick this one off. Let's roll. It's a short kick. Going to be covered by number 54, Nate Allman at the 46. So Northmore unwilling, and probably rightly so, unwilling to try to put the ball deep, and willing to give up a little yardage just to keep the ball out of the hands of the skill players that South Stanley has. I don't know if one would call that an onside kick per se, but just a very short kick attempt. It was, trying to catch South. Now South will complete a pass to the far side of the field, and nice moves. First down and a whole lot more.
Oh, slammed down by number 79.
I believe that was completed to number 10, Jadarian Smith.
Yeah.
So already out of the gate, Quez completes his first pass. Smith, the lone points last week. That was 14 yards and a first down, but he had an interception return for a touchdown, the only points of the game last week for the Rebel Bulls. Now Quez will keep. Dodges to the outside. First down easily around the right side.
So that'll stop the clock and move the chains.
A very patient run as well, Brian. You notice how he just sort of waits for things to develop. He's actually going to be a couple of yards short. I thought he was further downfield, but they're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 31, 32-yard line. So it's way up second down and short, just underway here.
Yeah, I thought that definitely was a first down.
Cameron Honeycutt is in the backfield for South Stanley.
I wouldn't be surprised if took this down the middle. Nope.
Now he wants to throw and goes near side, and it's complete. Smith again dodges one tackle, dodges two tackles. Bye-bye. Touchdown, South Stanley. Rowdy Rebel Bulls.
Oh, there goes again. Gets me every
What a
time.
play by Jadarian Smith to get free for a touchdown.
That was a shifty run.
It was really nothing more than a little 5-yard hook pattern, but the rest of that, as we call yaks or yards after catch, that was all Jadarian. Wonderful play to put the Bulls up early in this game.
The Bulls.
That's the over-under. I said it would be about 2 minutes before he used that phrase, and I was right. And now, minute 47. Mm-hmm.
And there you go.
And now the extra point from Jacob Garris. Garris's kick looks like it's up. It looks like it's good. It is good. 7-0, 10:43 left, opening quarter. Bulls strike first. So the Bulls strike first. 10:43 left, opening quarter. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press. Brian Carter, Carter Video Services.
Glad to be here, Charles. Beautiful night.
It's actually an absolutely gorgeous night for football. It's going to cool off now. The sun's gone down. This kickoff taken at the 19. A throw back to the other side of the field. Look at this trickery. Nicely done. It's going to get a nice gain for Northmore. Jalake Horn threw it back to Chris Sheffield. I said that backwards. Chris Sheffield threw it backwards to Jalake Horn, and Horn got out to the 45. Cute little play.
Get it towards midfield. Northmore's really pulling everything out of the bag tonight.
Well, when you've had the struggles that they have, why not try something? And now we have a penalty against South as well.
Oh, this moves the ball past midfield. Ooh,
a face mask. So face mask puts the ball down to the South Stanley 40. Tack on 15 yards at the end of that.
Oh, we might have an offsides here.
And now we get a toss sweep to the near side of the field. Is number 20, Gage Pennington. And Pennington gets down across the 30, and he's got a first down.
And the Mustangs are on the move.
Well, they got a penalty, and then an 11-yard run that time by the senior Gage Pennington, one of very strong wrestlers at Northmore as well. You may recognize that name, wrestling fans. 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs at the 29-yard line. 10:18 left. Opening quarter. Mustangs trailing 7-0. Quarterback is number 6, Dakota Morgan. And Pennington will go left this time. And South Stanley stacks the pads around the 27. So give them about 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. You can hear the cheerleaders as clear as a bell with our brand new ambient sound line. They're keeping it going on down there. Now a toss sweep. It bounced off the deck. I doubt that was a planned play, but it just that had a little Australian rules football look to it right there.
Definitely a rugby move.
A rugby move. Yeah, that's even better. A rugby move.
And it's like he held on to it.
Well, there's no gain on the play to bring up 3rd down. What happened? When he toss-sweeped it, he was so far wide that he had to bounce it to him, basically. One could say if that was that almost was a forward shovel pass.
Oh, yeah.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs. Only 1-4 this season is Northmore. Morgan will keep this time, tries to find some room, and South Stanley says no. And it's big number 56, Colby Almond. So with a loss of about 2 or 3 on the play, they'll actually give him forward progress.
Yeah, that was a good play by the 6'3", 208-pound senior.
A big fella. Big fella to say the least. So now the Mustangs will go for it, and one cannot blame them. It's a good spot in the field to do it. 4th and 7. Low snap. Rolls to his left-handed thrower, and it's off the hands. Looking for number 10 that time.
So the Rowdy Rebel Bulls would take over on downs.
I don't have a number 10, so I'm not sure who the pass was intended for, but as you say, the pass is incomplete, and with 8 minutes and 2 seconds left, South will take over.
Let's see what Cook and Company have planned here.
3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Little high snap. Quez takes it down. Now he's going to roll. Here's where he's dangerous. Creating, waiting, and then throws a dangerous pass.
Oh, into triple coverage, Charles.
Well, it actually was not triple coverage. I'm going to correct you. It was 2-on-2. There were 2 South players and 2 Northmore players. So it was sort of a tag team attraction there with one fall with a 20-minute time limit, just to see who the ball was going to get to. You're welcome for that, by the way. And it'll bring up 2nd down. That's a wrestling reference. That's what pro wrestling. Never mind. Look it up on YouTube. Just look up 80s WWF on YouTube after you're done watching us on YouTube.
Or a key grip here would know that. He's a wrestling fan, Joshua Lovings, which we
scheduled
really
for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. That's all what they used to say.
Yeah.
Now 2nd and 10 for the Bulls, and first carry of the night for Cameron Honeycutt. And Honeycutt, he's stacked up around the 30, maybe 31. Bring up 3rd and 6. Bulls leading here early, 7-0. As you said, a gorgeous night for football. Stands are full.
Did you hear a little? I'm not sure if it was any explicatives coming from across the field with our new mic here.
I really hope that wasn't an expletive. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct, yeah. So there may have been. We apologize if one does get through. We know we're not going to be the ones saying those things now.
You know, our new mic here, it picks up everything.
It picks up everything. Yeah. Everything. So 1st and 10 for the Bulls at the 45. Quez No, he's got all day to throw. Look at the
He's in
protection.
trouble.
But now he's going to have to roll. Throws, and it's complete at the 35-yard line.
Wow.
And that's one player that the South Stanley Rebel Bulls are happy to have back.
Yeah,
Number
Justin
5,
Gaddy.
Justin Gaddy, indeed. He did not play last week against the Cavaliers.
Great play by Gaddy. And now the Rowdy Rebel Bulls are on the move.
They give up the middle this time, a little jet sweep. Jadarian Smith, look at the speed of Jadarian Smith. 10-5, still churning down to the 2-yard line.
Taking with him, 3 Mustangs with him.
Jadarian Smith making a play early for Player of the Week honors. Down to the 2-yard line, 29 yards and a first down. And very slowly, you've seen Jadarian kind of develop this season as one of the offensive threats for South Stanley. This team has been without the starting running back from week 1, which would be Marcus Green, and has been, I believe, looking for some offense from some different places, and right now Jadarian is providing it. But Honeycutt's going to get this one into the end zone. Puts his shoulders down, touchdown. South Stanley, Rowdy Rebel Bulls.
Wait for it.
There she is. You can't be scared if you know it's coming. You can't. You're not,
It always gets me, though.
You're not allowed to
Every
be.
time.
6:47 on the clock. And the Bulls have got it going on right now.
No doubt. Let's see if they can tack on the extra point. Make this a 14-0 game.
As you said, Garris for the extra point. Ooh, this kick, he may have pushed this one to the right. He did. It is no good. It'll be 13-0, 6:47 left. Opening quarter, Bulls got the lead. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, and Brian Carter, Carter Video Services.
You about forgot who it worked for.
Bounces at the 18 this time, trying to find some room, and South covers it well around the 27. So 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Pennington. Nice tackle from behind that time by Nate Kirby.
Yep, number 7. Big number 7.
Loss of 1 will bring up 2nd down and 11. Right at the 27-yard line. Three wide receivers this time, 2 to the far side for the Mustangs. Low snap. He'll throw through the hands, picked up by Gaddy, right at the 37-yard line. Down the sideline he goes. See you later. Touchdown. South Stanley Rowdy Rebel Bulls. I don't see any flags down.
No flags. Yeah, and there goes that cannon. Seems like we're going to hear that a lot tonight, it sounds like.
It was a deflected pass. It was the lefty quarterback, Dakota Morgan, just put a little too much zip on it, and it just bounced right off his receiver's
That's why
hands.
they have those tip drills and everything.
And right into Gaddy's hands, and 5:47 left. 19-0, excuse me.
And they're right back there with a PAT attempt.
Extra point is up, and that one is good. 5:47 left. Opening quarter. South Stanley 20-0. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press. And this one's going to be picked up at about the 8-yard line. And unfortunately, he's running right into the teeth of the coverage.
Oh, yeah.
Manages to get across to the 25, but I believe it was number 8 again, Jalik Horn. And Horn, he just didn't have, there was just nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. There was a plethora of balls.
Is there any more lines you can steal before I can use them?
Was that too soon?
Steals every line I've ever used.
Was that too soon to use that?
Well, I guess it's something about imitation and flattery, I guess, but nonetheless, yeah, it is too soon. No, it's never too soon for plethora. First and 10 now from the 26. Low snap. Quarterback is in trouble.
He's in trouble. And he's brought down by number 11.
That was Logan Lilly.
Logan Lilly.
We were waiting. Logan just laid straight like he was doing a snow angel on the ground there. But it was very funny, actually. He looked like he was doing a snow angel. So it'll bring up second down and 12. Mustangs have not been able to generate a lot of offense. Pennington, as he hit hard right on the line by Nate Kirby. Nate Kirby delivered a shot. They'll give him a yard maybe, or no gain on the play. It'll bring up third and 12. For a second there, I thought he'd gotten further downfield. South Stanley right now hitting on all cylinders, up 20-0. 4.5 minutes left in the opening quarter.
See the band getting very pommeled right there.
Got a drum beat going for sure. North Morris taking a timeout. We'll take one as well with 4:03 left in the opening quarter. The idea is not to hit the microphone into my ear. Thank you very much. Back on Stanley County. Very close quarters up here. We appreciate the space, don't get me wrong, but there are times when you're up here, this is just very close quarters. Another tip drill action almost.
Yeah, it was very close there, Charles.
Looked like a wide receiver screen, and it just slipped right through the hands of Pennington. It'll bring a fourth down.
They're hungry for another one, Charles. Yeah.
Well, and that's the kind of defense that Coach Ryan Oxshire always preaches in the times that we have spoken to him about it. Here's the kick. No one back to return it for South. They'll take a big bounce for the Mustangs and roll dead around the 32. Ball will change hands with 3:46 left.
Yeah, we have a nice crowd out here today, tonight for homecoming.
So South Stanley with their third possession offensively of the game, leading 20-0. Looking to get back above the 500 mark. They're at 500 right now. It's a full slate of games tonight in the Yadkin Valley Conference for the Stanley teams. Quez now on first down. Hard, slow count, and now the throw behind is looking for Malik Klutz to bring up second down.
Yeah, just a little off on the execution.
I think he was He might have hurried that one just slightly. You know, it's one of those quick three-step drops, and you just boop, 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 fire.
Yeah.
And maybe just a little too quick that time. It'll bring up second down.
Yeah, a little bit too much mustard on it. Cook will take it.
This time around, the 30's got a block in front of him. He'll go scooting out of bounds.
Into the mascot.
Into the mascot, where the mascot needs not be standing at the 41.
Hit the
Bull's mascot. Yes,
right in the nose. Did you see that?
Yeah, that would
right
be the snout, would it? Would it not?
The snout.
It would be the snout, wouldn't it?
Yep. No, he's even. I think the mascot's a little shaken up there.
Oh, bless his or her heart. I could not tell. So personal foul will be a 15-yard penalty on top of that play.
Now move the Rowdy Rebel Bulls farther down the field, across midfield.
As you say, moves it down to the 42.
Oh, Cook in trouble.
And this is where he's dangerous. Throws complete no. For a second, it might have been a catch and fumble, and the Mustangs were right on it just in case, but it's going to go as an incompleted pass.
Yeah, that's Justin Gaddy. Just couldn't quite get his mitts around it.
Bring up second down. Right now, Northmore has only 10 net yards of offense. South Stanley is already over the 100-yard mark, 44 yards on the ground, 59 through the air. Cook is 3 of 6.
Well,
after that
well for success.
3.5 minutes left. Cook wants to throw again.
He's got time.
Makes one fake.
Lots of time. Look at this, Charles.
Look at the time he has to throw. Look at the clock, the block from that he just got. Now we'll throw it. Oh! Intercept. No, it is not. It's going to be dropped. Almost a circus interception by Dakota Morgan.
Oh, that would have been great.
That was a highlight reel time there if he'd have come up with that one.
That's just like with the Panthers last Sunday, Christian McCaffrey. If you saw Lynn Swan.
Yeah, it's Lynn
Swan type. Yeah.
We'll bring up second down, and that's kind of one of those times, Brian, when I think he might have been trying to do a little too much. He had some room in front of him and probably could have just dodged out of bounds and gotten some positive yards, but instead he brings up, he sort of forced a throw that almost turned into a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the physicality to run the ball. He has like a little Cam Newton
absolutely
style. But to make those dangerous throws like that.
Throws far side this time, and it's complete to Smith. Smith on his horse, and he's going to be close to a first down. I don't know if he got it. It will depend on the mark.
I think he might have got it.
Initially, it looks like he did. It will be a first down at the 32. But again, he didn't get that from the initial pass. He had to get that on his own effort.
Oh, yeah.
And he certainly did it. So as we roll under 3 minutes here with South leading 20-0. The Bulls have been pretty efficient on offense so far, converting another third down this time.
And they're comfortably leading right now.
Wes wants to throw again, rolls left a little bit.
Got Tom again.
Sets up, flings it towards the complete, and almost picked off this time by Chris Sheffield.
No, Charles, another dangerous throw by Cook.
Well, and he overthrew his receiver.
Yeah, he has confidence apparently in his receivers.
Oh, most definitely. You can see that. It just becomes a question of
Yeah, the accuracy.
You don't want to
throwing behind or over.
Exactly. Clock stopped with 2:29 left, opening quarter, with the Bulls leading 20-0. They'll go trips left this time. Wants to throw again. Sexton incomplete, well over the head of Smith. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah. Well, that's 3 passes in a row that, just...
He's almost putting a little too much mustard on them, if you will.
Exactly.
Just... It was a better decision. He had a man. He was wide open in the flat there, but just kind of a little too much arm there, if you will.
I give him for his strength, his arm strength.
Oh, he's got the arm strength, no doubt about it. We will see the Bulls next week as we go to West Stanley.
Oh, he's got a blocker.
Now he's got blockers in front of him. 10, 5. Look at the cut
on the way.
2 and down to the 2-yard line. And that's where he's dangerous as well.
Wow.
You get the ball to him in the open space on either side, and he is just quick. When and I'm glad that the Bull is still walking around okay, but you know that when you said hit the Bull, that's a Bull Durham reference, absolutely. I want you to hit the Bull, anyway. Look it up, kids. Bull Durham, great movie. All about minor league baseball and romance. That, of course, follow all movie ratings just in case. First and goal now from the 2-yard line.
What do you think? Do you think Cook's going to take it in? I mean, he was denied there, and I think he wants... Nope.
It's going to be Honeycutt, and he's going to be caught in the backfield. Nice play by Brian Loza and Cody Patterson. A loss of 2 yards will bring up second and goal from the 4. South working without a huddle. They'll go trips left again. They have loaded a ton of players on the near side with the ball just about on the left hash mark. Wes wants to throw. Over the middle, touchdown! South Stanley, Rowdy Rebel Bulls.
Oh, that was so academic. I mean, that was just textbook.
Quavy Caraway wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. And with 1:04.
American flag, a little patriotism here.
With 1:04 left in the first quarter, 26-0, pending the point after. Tremendous effort so far. Extra point is up, and it's good. 1:04 left, opening quarter, 27-0. South is in control.
Be back right after this.
Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. South Stanley is in control right now.
Oh, definitely, Charles. I mean, they're definitely in control right in this moment. Short kick.
Going to be taken by one of the up men, Cody Patterson. Patterson with a decent return. Oh, he's still on his feet. There are South guys just bouncing off of him. You can see they were extending, trying to push him down almost, and he just refused to go down. The ball will be spotted at the 47.
Well, you wonder how the Mustangs, how aggressive they'll get right now, being down 27-0, Charles.
I would venture a guess to say that all bets are off. That you just would want that they would want to start trying.
I think called him off. I think it was offsides on number 7. That's
So it'll be
Nate
first,
Kirby.
So if that's against Kirby, it'll be 1st and 5, and it is.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
So 1st and 5 now. Looking to run it to the near side. Pennington, ooh, did he take a bad hit? Almost looked like he hit his head against the turf.
Took a hard hit, Pennington did.
of 1, and Pennington has gotten the lion's share of carries so far in this game for the Mustangs. Been able defensively to slow down South's offense. Now the lefty quarterback will wing this one. Had a man open, but just overthrew him.
Yeah, pretty much threw that out of bounds.
Well, Sheffield was right on the sideline, and he just kind of overthrew that when he was open, sort of, and his momentum was carrying him out of bounds. And we'll stop the clock with 7.6 seconds left and bring up 3rd and 4.
And bringing out the AC/DC for us.
Well, it's the Hell's Bells, you know. And you know why they play that bell?
Why is that, Charles?
Why is that? That bell was to honor the late lead singer Bon Scott, who passed away before they released Back in Black with their new lead singer Brian Johnson.
Yes.
The more you know. 3rd and 4 now. This has been brought to you by VH1 Behind the Music. If that was a play action, that was in trouble badly, and now the quarterback is going to get sacked at the 45-yard line.
Yeah,
but I believe
right
Trevor Tucker, the sophomore. And after 1 quarter, we will take a quick break and bring right back 27-0. South Stanley leads North Moore. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, Brian Carter, Carter Video Services. 4th down, and the Mustangs will line up to punt. Almost blocked, and the punt's going to go sailing out of bounds very short because I believe it might have been Trevor Tucker. Just got through the middle there and nearly blocked that kick.
Very close, very close. He definitely got pressure on the punter.
So they'll actually mark it out at the South Stanley 48. 7 seconds into this second period. Wants to throw, pumps once, gonna let it go. Got a man open, got him at the 10, bye-bye. Touchdown, South Stanley Rowdy Rebel Bulls.
That was a pretty pass by Cook.
Right on the money. Malik Klutz.
On the money.
52 yards and a touchdown.
Well, that's going to pad his stats nicely.
Certainly is, and it was absolutely right on the money. Perfectly timed throw.
Yeah.
Well, not only was he wide open, that's a timing pattern.
Yeah.
That's you run down there and I'll throw it, and you've got to run underneath it. And that's exactly what he did.
Well executed.
And the Bulls pouring it on right now, 33-0. And the extra point's up. And it's good. 11:42 left, second quarter. 34-0, South in command. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, and Brian Carter of Carter Video Services. Kickoff going to go down to the 18-yard line. Loza has it this time, and he'll go down around the 34. And the Bulls are just rolling right now.
Yeah, they're firing on all cylinders, Charles. Northmore, the Mustangs just don't have an answer for them right now.
Don't seem to at the moment, and I'll have to look back. I'll have to pull up my records when I have a minute here. We may be approaching. I'm wondering margin of victory. It's not over yet, but I'm getting curious about the series between the two. A nice screen pass that time.
I don't think he got the first down.
No, it's going to be about a yard short.
The Mustangs are approaching midfield.
But it was the first completed pass of the night for the Mustangs.
Well, that's a ray of light for the Mustangs right there.
Second down and 1.
Yep.
Ooh, fumble on the play, and I believe South has it. They do.
Yep. Number 20.
That's Willis Huntley. So just as Northmore is starting to build up some momentum a little bit.
Taken away from him. And now put the Rebel Bulls in Northmore territory.
With 11:05 left in this first half.
So Cook and company take over.
And one of the parts of this defense that was said to be very good for Northmore was their defensive line, but right now the O-line of South Stanley is just blowing them right off the ball.
Yeah, they're just opening up holes left and right.
Smith will get down to the 36 and bring up second down. But even though Cook through the air has had some incompletions, he's 6 of 12, he's had all day to throw.
Oh, yeah. All the time in the world back there.
And he has 3 touchdown passes as well. So even with the incompletions and near interception we've seen.
And he wants to go to the air again. Now he's in trouble. Number 11.
Looking for somebody to throw to. He's got near sideline. If he's in bounds, is not.
Yeah,
he's going to be ruled incomplete. He caught the ball, but I think he might have had a leg out of bounds when he...
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that.
It was Smith he was looking for on the near side. And it will bring up third down and 3. Clock is stopped with 10 minutes and 12 seconds left in this second quarter. Taking a lot of the play clock this time. Read option goes nowhere.
Yeah, that's big number 7.
Corey Bryant, senior linebacker. And he might have been better off letting Honeycutt have that one.
Yeah, I didn't fool Bryant for a minute, number 7.
A 5-yard loss, one of the few negative plays. And South Stanley is a team that doesn't like to punt the football, even on a regular sort of situation, let alone fourth down at the opponent's 41, and they're lining up to go for it.
Yeah.
Little high snap this time. Little blitz from the outside. Cook fires, and he finally is going to get burned with a pick that time at the 8-yard line by Jalake Horn.
In essence, Charles, that was like a punt, correct?
In essence, it really did sort of turn out that way. You're correct.
Pretty deep.
At the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
.9:21 left in this first half. First offensive drive of the night that did not produce points for South. Low snap. Oh, what a play on Pennington. He just got sandwiched.
Nowhere to go. I think that was a good call. Even the interception and everything, it pinned him back. It was like a great punt.
Well, he overthrew. He was kind of throwing into double coverage anyway.
But the outcome is like not
the outcome
very bad
of it,
for the
yeah.
Bulls.
In essence, yes. it's what it turns into. A sack on the backside, throws it out of bounds. That's got to be a safety. It is a safety. Trevor Tucker with a sack. And the quarterback just threw the ball, turned around and said, I've had it, threw the ball out of bounds. That's a safety. Oh, and a player knocked down afterwards.
All right.
I don't think he was. There's no flag forthcoming. Are they going to rule it a pass? Boy, Quez had one player around his ankle.
That was very close to a safety.
And they'll make it an incomplete pass, and obviously a punting situation on 4th and long. But my goodness, that had safety written all over it. Wow. If Quez hadn't gotten rid of the football when he did. A little confusion on the way South's going to line up here with 1:15 left.
Pinned back deep.
Looks like Jacob Garris. And now we have a penalty offsides against South. Which will move the football even further back to the 3-yard line. Clock is continuing to run with 50 seconds left. So South has to get this punt out of danger.
Yeah, just get it out. Get it out of danger. Exactly.
Oh, high snap. He just does get it out. It's a very short punt. It's going to roll down to the 36-yard line. With 24 seconds left. And I believe the Mustangs might call timeout here. And they will. They will stop the running clock with their second timeout. We'll be right back. So with 13 seconds left, I don't know how much time ran off that clock. That ball hit the ground and went out of bounds around the 20-second mark. Now North Moore was short one player.
Yeah, I'm sure they want to get some.
They're going to try to take a shot towards the end zone, I believe. Bad snap. Pennington takes it off the deck and will go down at the 49-yard line. Another sack by
number 56,
Colby Allman. And we have reached halftime here at K.O. Young Memorial Stadium. A dominating first half by the South Stanley Rowdy Rebel Bulls. As we go to homecoming festivities, we'll have some halftime stats for you on the flip side. He's Brian Carter, I'm Charles Curcio, and we are Stanley County Monday Night Football.
What am I going to learn?
Graduates will have the skills to design, build, install, test, troubleshoot, repair, and modify a variety of electronic systems. Emphasis is placed on automation and control technologies, especially PLCs, a leading skill desired by employers.
What are my career choices?
This degree prepares individuals for employment opportunities as an electronics engineering technician, field service technician, maintenance technician, electronic tester, electronic systems integrator, bench technician, and production control technician. Other employment possibilities include manufacturing, communication, utilities, transportation, and entertainment.
Why Stanley Community College?
At Stanley Community College, we feel that college is not the ultimate destination. It's a place of discoveries that equips you with knowledge and skills to journey on toward a rewarding and successful future. Call us today to schedule a campus tour or visit us at stanley.edu to learn more. Stanley Community College, we are changing lives.
What am I going to learn?
Students in the Emergency Medical Science program learn knowledge, skills, and attributes to prepare them to take the state or national registry paramedic credentialing examination. Students learn how to assess and treat patients while applying critical thinking skills to manage a wide variety of medical and traumatic emergencies. Skills include airway management, IV therapy, medication administration, ECG interpretation, and many other assessment and treatment procedures.
What are my career choices?
Paramedics may work in a variety of healthcare settings and will find a wide variety of shift schedules, working from ambulances operated by EMS systems, fire departments, hospitals, and private ambulance companies. New and emerging roles for paramedics include working in hospital emergency departments or serving public health needs at agencies that have embraced the community paramedic concept and mobile integrated healthcare.
Why Stanley Community College?
Here at Stanley Community College, we feel that college is not the ultimate destination. It's a place of discovery that equips you with knowledge and skills to journey on to a rewarding, successful future. Call us today to schedule a campus tour or visit us online to learn more. At Stanley Community College, we're changing lives.
We're back on the air. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press. Brian Carter, Carter Video Services. And wow, what a first half it's been for South Stanley on the gridiron, Brian.
You know, just having to notice I'm across the field at trips right. You know, the sign.
That's what I was talking about, is that they had this, like, yeah.
Keyed in on it right now. So. All right, we're ready to begin the second half of this contest.
South Stanley is going to be kicking this one off. Moving left to right across your TV screens, computers, iPhones, monitors,
and devices of all kinds.
And devices of all kinds. The kickoff team has actually been very busy in this game. This is about the 8th kickoff they've actually had. So we will have a running clock as soon as we start with a 42-0 score. Clock, the kick is going to be taken to the 23-yard line and run out of bounds around the 35.
Yeah, I think the Rebel Bulls are feeling pretty confident at this point.
Which is probably the understatement of the century, considering that they scored 42 points in the first quarter and scored just about every way you can. The only thing they didn't have was a special teams touchdown, and that's what we saw last week. Was North Stanley literally scored every single way a team could score. South just needs to return a punt for a touchdown, basically at this point. I think we have a face mask. I think it was a face mask. And we'll put the ball at the 50.
Put it in midfield.
And the Mustangs will take over first down. Pennington is back at quarterback.
Now let's get a hole.
And a big run this time for number 20, Connor Dunn. Down to the 36 for a first down. I was looking at the lifetime series between these two schools, Brian. South Stanley is 23-11 all-time against Northmore and have won the last 2 games in a row. And actually, they had lost 3 in a row between 2014 and 2016. Ooh, big collision that time between Justin Gaddy and the running back Dunn. You can hear that one up here. And we have a South player that's still down. They will stop the clock, and I believe that might be Colby Allman, number 56.
So we'll take a timeout here.
And we'll be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football, 42-0. The injured player was indeed Colby Allman, number 56. That's somebody that South Stanley is going to need next week when it's a showdown for the Stanley Cup. West Stanley will host the Rowdy Rebel Bulls. And there's some movement on the line. We'll see which way this goes, and it'll go against Northmore. But Brian, what a big game that's going to be next week.
Where are we at again?
We'll be at West Stanley to see the West and South play, and West could win the Stanley Cup with a win that night.
That ought to be a dandy game.
2nd and 12 now. Dunn get a few yards back down to the 37. Still be 3rd and long. The two teams that I would argue that are probably had the best chance coming into the season, at least the way things looked on paper. West and South looked very strong. North Stanley had so many lost players they had to overcome. Albemarle looked stronger as well, but with Albemarle's loss to West Stanley and North Stanley's loss as well, it sets the Colts up. Here's a pass by Pennington, incomplete, just off the hands of his big tight end, Cody Patterson.
Yeah, I guess they're going to have to go for this, aren't they?
Oh, no question about it, but so that battle will be for the Stanley Cup. West Stanley has not put their name on the cup in several years. North Stanley has had that cup. And West can win it, but if West does not win, if South Stanley would win next week, then it opens up a few interesting scenarios. And will make the last 2 weeks of the regular season mean even that much more. Now Pennington in trouble, going to scramble out of it. 4th down, he's got a 1st down, he does, and scoots out of bounds around the 20. A good play, good scramble. A good scramble that time by Gage Pennington.
Wow, Charles, I can't believe we're this deep in the season already.
It's week 8. I mean, really,
started.
There's only 4 weeks left after tonight, 4 weeks left in the regular season.
Wow. Hopefully we'll be back with some playoff action.
Well, we should definitely, West Stanley tonight, as we're taping this, was opening their Rocky River Conference play against Forest Hills. There's only 5 teams in the Rocky River Conference, so only 4 games, and they mean so much. They have state playoff implications, to say the least. Pennington now will throw over the head of number 2, Chris Sheffield.
Yeah, that was a bullet.
So South will take over with 7:31 with the clock running. Oh, excuse me. That was. I said that incorrectly. I thought it was 4th down. It was 4th down, but he converted that 4th down. So 2nd down and 10 now. Looking near side, puts his shoulders down and gets hit hard from behind, but he might have a 1st down. I think he has another one.
Yep, they're moving the chains.
And Pennington is doing the work tonight. You got to give Pennington a lot of credit for what he's been able to do in this football game.
Like, I'll just do it myself.
He really has been basically 90% of the offense. He has 44 yards on the ground, 10 carries, and now is 2 for 4 through the air for 47 yards. So Northmore has not had a lot of yards, but what they have had, the majority have been, he has been involved with it in some form or another.
I definitely want to get some numbers on the board here.
Give up the middle this time, looking at number 8, Horn. And Horn's going to get down around the 6. So South Stanley, should this margin stay, and we have no indication that it wouldn't, but just assuming that, because the clock is running continually, would go to 4-3 on the season and would drop the Mustangs to 1-5. And it'll be the 3rd straight year that the Bulls have beaten the Mustangs. Horn once again inside the 5, down around the 3.
They're knocking on the door.
And there's kind of a streak here on the line, Brian. South Stanley has not given up points to Northmore since 2016 when they lost to them 33-7.
Wow.
So there was a penalty on the play as well, and it's against Northmore. I believe it was going to be a holding call. We'll mark it back to the 14. Oh, excuse me, all the way to the 19. Must have been some sort of, maybe a chop block of some variety. So it turns second and goal into at the 4 to the second and goal at the 19. And now a false start. It'll be 5 more yards.
Northmore just can't get a break here. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, they kind of did get some breaks and just are just not. They're not taking advantage of it at this particular juncture.
Yeah, definitely not capitalizing on it. But I think he was.
Oh, they will say touchdown. We were waiting for the signal.
That looked. That was very close there, Charles. I was falling pretty close, but he looked like he was out of bounds.
So Northmore scores for the first time in 3 seasons. This pass was to number 2, Chris Sheffield. They're going to go for it with one of those trick plays, and it does not look like it's going to work at all. So with 3:03 left, with the clock running 42-6 now, we'll be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football, Northmore touchdown pass from Gage Pennington to Dakota Morgan. To Chris Sheffield. The first points in 3 years that the Mustangs have put up against South Stanley.
Short kick.
And it's going to be fair catch at the 31. So just a huge game next week when West Stanley hosts South Stanley. And it's the first time in many years, Brian, that we're not going to get to see Albemarle North Stanley because that game is the same night. It's also Friday night. 2 county games on the same night. It has not happened for many, many years.
Makes it a tough decision about what we're going to do.
Trevor Tucker, I believe, is now in as the backup quarterback. He's going to throw to the near side, complete to Caraway, and Caraway spins away from one tackler and will go out of bounds around the 44 and is finished by Brian Loza. There's two penalty markers down around the 30.
Let's check that penalty. Face mask
against Northmore, which will add on
15 yards.
And we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter already. The Bulls taking care of business of Northmore, 42-6. We'll be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press. Brian Carter, Carter Video Services. Right now the Bulls playing bad to the bone, up 42-6.
Look at that hole up the middle.
Big gain that time by number 15, Devin Green.
Seems about 3 yards shy of a first down. the offensive line really opened up a hole for him.
Second and 6. Still, missed tackle, gets away from another tackler and falls down at the 24.
Just slipped up. I think he just ran out of gas there at the end. And,
he was just sort of just kind of having a little problem there. Green again, but before that, we've got a penalty markers down.
It's probably going to be against the Bulls. Yep. So I'll back him up 5.
South Stanley just scored early and often in this game and jumped out ahead so easily and so quickly that this game was just about over before it started. And it just never looked back.
Yep, low snap, up, and the Mustangs have recovered.
Number 79, that's Juan Hernandez.
He's been a big player this week.
He has played very well. He nearly had a sack and a defensive touchdown earlier in the game.
So we definitely need to give kudos for his effort.
Clock moving with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. (42-6) is the score. Pennington throws near side, complete, almost behind the line of scrimmage. I think it was. Morgan hauled it in, and I don't know that he got back. He might have gotten back, or actually he may have lost a yard.
Big number 61 in on the tackle.
That is Aiden Campos. Yeah, he did lose one. And it'll bring up 2nd and 11. (42-6), 8.5 minutes left in this game. South again will improve to 4-3. Well, the quarterback was actually pointing at the referees because one of the linemen for South had not gotten into his three-point stance. So they said, make him get down there. I want to run this play. So they get the yard back and are bringing up 3rd and 10, maybe 9.5. Low snap, bobble by Pennington. He picks it up, wants to throw, can't find the time. Now is crossed the line of scrimmage. He's going to get a first down if he leans forward just right. He might have gotten it. It's going to depend on the spot.
I think they have the first down.
Waiting for a signal. It will be a first down. Clock continuing to run with 7 minutes left. Only 4 weeks left in the regular season. It's crunch time coming up for all these teams looking to make their move and get into the playoffs.
slow to get up. That's number 71.
That is Shiren Brewer. But back on his feet. Many of the starters are resting. Quez did not play the second half. Did his damage and his work in the first half for sure.
Oh, yeah, no.
Done off the left side this time, and a nice tackle by Gaddy after about a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, I think Gaddy's making a play for Player of the Week.
I absolutely would agree with that.
And calling his name quite a bit. And we'd like to thank the good people at Stanley Community College, Michelle, Andre, and the good people over there for making this broadcast possible.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. 19 seasons we've been doing this, and good Lord willing, we'll keep doing this till we're unable.
Yeah.
Straight draw this time. First down again. Northmore has actually done much better in the second half. You kind of wonder where some of these plays were. I don't mean this wrong. You wonder where some of that was in the first half, because South was just bringing so much pressure that they couldn't run those plays. I don't think they're blitzing as much as they were.
Oh yeah, they didn't have a chance.
And Northmore just didn't have a chance to be able to get out in space like they have in this half. Pennington will throw, and it's over the head of Sheffield. Pennington's numbers have been pretty good offensively. He's 4 of 7 for 70 yards and a touchdown.
He's really putting the whole team on his shoulders, but he can't do it all himself.
No question about that. Second down. It's third down and 10, excuse me. The down marker says third. My computer says second. The scoreboard says second, so I'm not sure what down it is now. Pennington will keep it, though, and it won't matter because he's got a first down. He's got more down the sideline. He's in for a touchdown.
Wow, you go Pennington. And that made the Northmore fans.
But there's a penalty marker back at the 25, so hold the phone.
Oh, this guy could all be coming back.
And it is. And it's a holding call against Northmore.
Wow. What an effort by Pennington.
It certainly is, and it's going to go for naught. So it was at the 25, and we'll mark the ball back to the 35. And it'll bring up third timeout, Mustangs. We will take one as well. Be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press. It's going to be third down and 4 after that penalty. We will have a quick post-game show with our player or possibly players of the week. And as talk with head coach Ryan Usher. Pennington straight up the middle. Look at the room right up the middle, down to the 21. Just a straight draw play.
Yeah, good sportsmanship on both sides right there.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the Rowdy Rebel Bulls, they understand how Pennington's really trying hard. Just get that goose egg off it. Well, it's not goose egg. They had some points, but I'd like to put on a few more.
Straight up the middle once again. That was Dunn this time, and he's going to get Dunn to the... Dunn will get done around the 19.
Done.
2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Like I said, it's the first points in this series for Northmore in 3 years. It had been back-to-back shutouts, but the shutout bid was gone on a pass that we thought very close towards the end zone. I'll want to go see that go back on YouTube and watch that play myself when we get this on.
But you can catch this game on Monday night at 7 o'clock or on YouTube at your leisure.
At your convenience. Yes. We want to thank Stanley News and Press also for allowing me to be here to help bring you this coverage, folks. And we'll have full coverage of this and everything else in Stanley at the snaponline.com and in our Tuesday print edition.
Pick the paper up at newsstands everywhere.
Low snap this time for Pennington. All day to throw, though.
He's got all day.
Wings it, and it is caught for a touchdown. And it's Sheffield once again.
Sheffield.
With 1:03 left.
Yeah, I'll put the roses back in their cheeks.
Extra point attempt coming from number 1, Loza. Snaps a little low. Kick is up. The kick is good. So with only 30 seconds left, and it's 42-13. There will not be another play, I don't believe. We're waiting to see. We would have normally taken a break there, but I don't think we're going to. Nope, that is the final play of this football game. South Stanley moves to 4-3 overall this season as the cannons fire, and you didn't get scared this time. Your final score at Cale Young Stadium, South Stanley 42, Northmore 13. We'll be back with a postgame show on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Here on the postgame show on Stanley County Monday Night Football with our players of the week, Jadarian Smith and Justin Gaddy. Let's talk a little offense first. Jadarian, let's talk a little bit about first the pass reception you had for a touchdown. Kind of take us through that play and what you saw.
Well, first, Quez had to get the ball to me, and then my teammates blocked. And then, it just went from there. We just went.
Well, you
a touchdown.
Well, you found a way to get through into the open space, and that's what it was your ability, I think, yards after catch. So we always talk about that in football as being an important stat. Is that has to be in your mind when you catch that football, just trying to make something happen?
Yes, sir. And he had me by my jersey. Mm-hmm. I thought I was going to go down there first, but I snatched away. Yeah, but I snatched away. Then next thing you know, I just seen nothing but the end zone.
And then, of course, on defense, you guys did a great job in that first half to shut down. You tipped the ball that Justin Gaddy picked. Talk about this team's defense and how you've seen it kind of develop this year.
I just think we got a great defense. And I'm glad that Gaddy is back because last week we was going through it without Gaddy. Mm-hmm. And I'm just happy for him to be back. That's all.
Good win for you guys after last week, as you said. Big game next week against West Stanley. How do you keep this going?
We just gotta keep. I don't know.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we just gotta do our job.
There you go.
That's it.
And Justin, let's talk a little bit first about that interception. That's one of those tip drill plays that you kind of work on in practice. Talk a little bit about how much work this team does defensively.
We work a lot defensively on working on our pass drops and coverage, and it was a great play about JD to be there to tip it, and I was just in the right place at the right time, was able to catch it and have a free run to the end zone.
I know this team was, as he said, happy to have you back from last week. What did you think about overall this team's defensive efforts, especially the pass rush in the first half?
Our guys played a lot better this week. I think we did our jobs a lot better up front, and the linebackers, we were able to fill gaps, and I feel like we played a complete, solid game for the most part. So it was good tonight.
And then, of course, offensively, you guys just shined Quez with 3 touchdowns. his ability to make things happen. As a receiver, you know that you have to keep working out there because he's going to find you.
For sure. A lot of times running routes, you got to look back and find open spots because he's running around creating more time, and you got to help him out by just trying to find an opening for him to make a play because he's always keeping plays alive.
Absolutely. How big is this win for you guys going into the West Stanley game, which, I know is so important to you guys?
It's big. It gives us some momentum going in, and played good tonight. We just got to keep building off of this, and because they're a pretty good team, so we just got to keep building and do our jobs, and it'll all work out.
Thank you very much, Justin. Congratulations, our players of the week, Jadarian Smith and Justin Gaddy on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Now here on the postgame show on Stanley County Monday Night Football with South Stanley head